What's going on, guys? Craftmaster300 here. It's been a while since I've made a Hypixel Skyblock video, but here I am. I have returned to Skyblock, at least for this video. Today, I'm going to be showing you the best places to complete the task-based commissions. Now, there's two different types of commissions. If I open up my pigeon, there are task-based commissions, and then there are event-based commissions. I'm not talking about event-based commissions, I'm talking about task-based stuff that you can do right now and don't have to wait for an event to occur. So there are 5 mining locations and 2 PvP or killing locations where you have to kill a certain amount of enemy mobs. So let's just start right here. There is we'll start with the lava springs first. Right now we can see that this guy is mining over here because this is the best spot. All these blocks are mineable except for this one. This one is not a mineable block, but everything else is a mineable block. As well as if you are fast enough to mine up all the blocks here, you can mine up all the blocks here, and if you want, you can have access to some tougher blocks if you are a very fast miner. So yeah, but if there is someone mining here, there is an alternate location that you can mine. This is what I use if I don't want to switch lobbies. I use this location up here. This has a good area here, a good area here, and if I want to mine tougher blocks, they're right here for me to use. So that right here is the primary spot, and this over here is the secondary spot that you want to do if that first spot is already taken. So let's move on to the best spot for the Royal Mines. There are many spots for the Royal Mines, but the best one, in my opinion, so far is this spot right here. You have this huge wall of mithril to mine and stuff like that, and you have a ton of wool to mine as well, and you also have access to the tougher blocks as well. Now, if someone is taking up this area, as there usually is, if someone's hoarding that area, there is a secondary spot for the Royal Mines, and the secondary spot is over here. Now, this may not look like much, but in this area, if you stand in the pit here, you have access to here, 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 here. You can just mine all around, and you can mine the tougher blocks on the bottom, and you can't mine that wall, but you can get a fair, good reach without having to move much, and plus there's like borders that keep you in. So this is a good secondary spot. And if they're both taken, just hop lobbies. It's not that hard. Now, let's move on to the cliffside veins. The cliffside veins are, I think, my favorite spot to mine. Main reason is because of the spot. Right over here, the cliffside vein, best spot to mine. There is so much open space, so much open blocks. There's just so much area to mine. It's yeah, if you mine really quick, there's so much area, and if you want to mine the tougher blocks, you can as well. There's a ton of area for that. Now, the spot being the most popular and the best spot for mining, it is occupied a lot. So if this spot in the cliffside veins is occupied, you are going to want to continue walking over here and stand on top of the TNT. Now this one, it is a nice, wall of mithril to mine, but it can run out fairly quickly if you have your mining speed boost ability enabled. So this is good if you're a slower miner. If you're a faster miner, then you will mine up the whole wall before your boost runs out, and you'll have to like go over here as to not waste any time. So right over here, this area is the primary spot, and on top of the TNT is the secondary spot. Now that we're, over here next to Rampart's Quarry, there are a few interesting places. I did a bunch over here in this area, but is probably the worst place. You have to move around constantly. The best spot for Rampart's Quarry is this wall over here. Now, you may think, oh, it's just a decorational wall. It's part of the wall. You can't mine this wall, right? So why would you be able to mine that wall? I don't know why you can mine this wall, but you can. And there's this huge wall of stuff that you can mine. And say you have a mining speed boost and you need to mine the tougher blocks, there's a whole area right over here, quick access, easy use, and there's a ton of wall to save the few precious seconds. So this is, I think, also a very overpowered spot. It's not my favorite because it's not a flat area like the cliffside veins, but it is a very open, big wall, and it is a ton of space open for you to be able to mine the mithril. So yeah, this is the best spot for mining in the Ramparts Quarry. Now for a secondary location, I would say this right here. This is basically what I did in before. You have a ton to mine up here, and you can mine around this area. It's not the best, there's not much space, but there's some on the floor, stuff like that. And also this area right here, similar to the Royal Mines, but nothing beats that area over there in the Ramparts Quarry. So, yeah, let's go on to, I think the Upper Mines is next. I think this is the last one so far. So at first when I did Upper Mines, I mined over here like this guy did. This is a fairly good spot. It is actually pretty solid, but it's not my favorite. Okay, over here is also, actually over here is not that great of a spot. But I've seen a lot of people mine in these areas, but these aren't my favorite as well. If you keep going up the stairs, I'm getting stuck. Okay, if you keep going up the stairs, you'll reach this area up here. Now, this is still technically Upper Mines if you, it's updated. This is still technically Upper Mines. You have this area, this wall here. You have this area here as well. It is a fairly good open spot, and there are rarely ever people here. So this would be the primary spot, and the spot I showed before with the person down there is the secondary spot at the very top of these stairs. So the spot up there is primary, and over here is secondary, and it's also up to preference. These two can be fairly debated. So yeah, those are the 5 mines. But what about the killing zones, the places where you have to either kill goblins or Icewalkers? So over here is the Goblins Den, and there's like goblins all around and stuff like that. But there are some areas where the goblins are more concentrated than before. So over here around this fireplace area is where the most goblins are concentrated. The most goblins, and as you can see, there are a ton of spawning locations for the goblins to spawn here, and it is fairly common for people to AFK on the fireplace because so many goblins spawn here. Now, if there is someone AFKing here, there is a secondary spot, and usually this is the primary. You want to switch to the secondary, which is at the bottom here. There's also a ton of spawning locations underneath this uh, in this cavern here next to that fireplace. So, it takes time for the goblins to respawn. So once you've gone through and like massacred all the goblins in this fireplace, you're gonna want to go over here and like shift over the edge and start bowing them down using your ranged weapon. I use the exploding bow for my goblin killings. That's just that's my preference. So anyways, on to the last area, which is the Icewalker place. So usually there is like no optimal spot because they only spawn in this small location. Quick tip is that you want to use a pickaxe. A pickaxe does way more damage than a sword. If you are, high enough level, strong enough, a sword will one-tap them, but it will not do as much damage as a pickaxe. So they spawn in a line, and usually the method is just to kill them in this line and then travel up the stairs and massacre them along the way up here. And then as you reach the person up here, you fall off the platform and then go back down across the line and then wait here for them to spawn. And then you go across the line again and just repeat this loop of going up the stairs, massacring the 2 ice walkers up here, killing this guy, and then going back down to the row and yeah, going across and then waiting for them to respawn and then doing the whole path all over again. So yeah, that's the method. And for armor, I recommend either Young Dragon armor for speed or Superior Dragon armor for the extra magic find bonus. and that'll give you like a little extra money for any glassite jewels or armor that you'll get as a drop for the so you get some extra money while you're doing your commissions, just as a good little bonus. But I recommend just using your fastest set so you can kill them as quick as possible, and so no one else can steal them. Now, if you do have a Jerry Sheen gun, I have seen many people use that instead of running through with young dragon armor and a pickaxe. It does make more sense to do that. If you can, like if you want to buy a Jerry Sheen gun, or you don't have to, but you can use maybe on any other like ranged weapons. I've seen people they could also be like chilling up here with a ranged magic weapon or something, or with an exploding bow, and they would go and kill the Icewalkers like this, so they don't have to go down to the bottom. But the bow does take time to recharge, and that is time wasted. So I guess it's just easier to one tap them with pickaxes as you run through. So yeah, anyways, that has been my guide to the best locations to mine, the best locations to kill, and to complete commissions in the Dwarven mines. I hope this really helped a lot. I mean, the update has been out for quite a while, but for any new players that haven't had the chance to play this yet, I hope this really helps you out. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.